Evening, everybody. It's 5:42 on Thursday, the 22nd of July, and this is your closing comment. And as always, I remind you not to forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's see. It was kind of an interesting day, but very, very deceiving. We had the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P all up on the day, albeit small amounts. And we had the Russell and the transports down on the day. But a look below under the numbers, and you see that there were 2-to-1 advanced declines over advances. So 2-to-1 to the downside. NASDAQ 1.8-to-1 on the downside, and advancing declining volume on both places was decidedly weak. NYSE 3-to-1 down, and the NASDAQ about 1.4-to-1 down. Volume as a whole was down on the day, and I don't know whether that's lack of conviction or just lack of interest because it's the summer. In any event, the Dow was up 25 and change, NASDAQ up 52 and change, S&P up $8.79, 0.2%, and the Russell was down 34.57. So after a big 2-day run in the Russell on Tuesday and Wednesday, today we're back to the downside, as well with the transports also to the downside. We had some earnings after the close today, and as usual, there were good news and bad news. Intel, the good news was that they beat top and bottom line. The bad news is nobody cared, and they sold the stock off. It had closed 55.96, up 27 cents, traded as high as 58.66 on the numbers, and then fell all the way back to 54.17, making a new low on the day. The last is 54.35, and that's down $1.92 or 3.3%. The two big winners were Snap and Twitter, both beating big time. Snap had closed 62.97, down 42 cents, traded immediately up to 72.20, and the last is 71, up 7.61 or 12%. Twitter, same situation, beat top and bottom, was up 3 cents at 69.57 at the end of the day, traded right up to 76.70, and the last is 74, up 4.46 or 6%. Sam Adams, on the other hand, missed big. The stock had closed at 947.5, up 17.5. And with the miss, it immediately turned tail. I have the last as 780. So 780 is way off. It's 167 off the close, down 16%. And two that I mentioned this morning, NURO, which I've mentioned a couple of times over the past couple of days, excuse me, as having a therapy for fibromyalgia. The stock started the week around $3, and this afternoon was higher yet again, closing 25.75, and that was pretty darn strong, up 4.95, 25% again. And IPA, which I also mentioned this morning, having a vaccine that evidently contains antibodies. It's a treatment for, well, they call it for SARS, but in point of fact, they're calling the COVID Delta variant a SARS-type drug is necessary, and the stock, which closed 5.59 yesterday, traded as high as 16.47, Last is 12, up 641 or 115%. Okay, so here we go. The oil was up another $1.61. It has had a really nice rebound from that 3 or 4 day sell-off. We were, over 75 on the 13th, and then we had 3 down days, and then, of course, we had Friday's flush to the downside. Pardon me, Monday's flush to the downside. Then on Tuesday, we had a low of 65. So 75 and change, 65.01 here, closing up on the day and near the high. Higher high, higher low yesterday, and up $3. And today, higher low, higher high again, and up $1.61. So pretty nice move in the charts. I'm looking to buy a little some Hess calls, maybe tomorrow, going into the weekend. The gold, again, tried the downside this morning when interest rates were popping up. They absolutely could not hold it down there. It closed up 2 on the day and practically right on the high. High for the day was 1808, closed 1805.40, up 2. So again, we keep on going to the bottom of the trading range and starting up. And I again remind you, the trading range here is above this entire move to the downside. So a consolidation above, I find very attractive for the long side. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot of anything else going on, but I want to show you the coffee because it was just amazing. Well, it's been amazing all week. I mean, on Monday, it was down 495. So it closed on Friday at 161 and change. And I was talking about a move to the 176 area. So we were down on Monday. On Tuesday, we were up $10, which was a pretty major breakout here. Yesterday, we were up another 920. And in fact, we closed right where I was looking, which was 176. Today, we gapped to the upside and hit 195.50, closing 193.65. The only thing that I could do here was to sell out half of our position in JO, which is the coffee ETF. And the only reason I did it, because as you can see, it has blown through the upper Bollinger Band. On a longer term basis, it made another new high. And although I really like this big bottom, I think that this has gotten very excessive in the last couple of days. We got 54.84 for it. We paid 36 and change in here while it was really doing nothing. This is really a home run for us. Bitcoin was up another 7.95. The dollar was up 7 cents, and the bonds were up $0.50 against us. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you tonight. We'll see what tomorrow brings, but as I remind you, please hit that subscribe button. Have a good evening.